So on the same page,
Oh, yeah.
Tom. We are on it.
Kitty. Oh, baby. We here. Another edition. I left my door open, so I have a cat. Another edition of the Grossi Perna Show coming to you live at 11 a.m. Eastern on a Wednesday, 9 a.m. Mountain Time.
Boom.
P.S.
Grossi Perna Show, you've been navigated. See you guys next week.
Thanks, you folks. Have a good one.
Oh, boy.
We're back again.
We are in the middle of football season, Tom. We're heading into week 7. And in my mind, it's like, oh, one more week and we're halfway through.
They messed it
Not
up.
with that extra game.
Nope,
we got
they
like
messed it up.
2 more weeks. And then I think I'm halfway through. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, the NFL season's actually 18 weeks long.
18, yep,
because
18.
of the buys.
Yep.
So definitely a third of the way through at this point.
Yeah.
We're starting to identify some trends with some teams. Some of the good, some of the bad.
Not all are good trends.
Not all are good trends, but today we're gonna look at the bottom feeders, the scuzz buckets, the
parasites.
The parasites. Yeah, parasites.
Yeah.
The teams just suckling,
just leeching on
every last dollar out of their fan bases. We're going to look at the bad teams. We're going to play a little game called Embrace the Tank. And we're going to identify which of the bad teams have a chance to get to the playoffs, which are definitely tank bound, and which are stuck in purgatory. It's going to be fun. We'll move our little logos around and pretend like we've got a graphics guy to help us, but it's just us.
We don't.
Case Keenum starting for the Browns.
Yeah, let's. You know what I say. Let's switch things up, Perna. Let's go a little crazy and let's talk about the Thursday night game first because it does involve your Denver Broncos, and as Trans just said, and as you just said, Baker Mayfield ruled out for this Thursday. No Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt is on IR. You got JOK on IR. Case Keenum starting. And I'm still like, I apologize for the blasphemy. I still have doubts if the Broncos can win that football game.
You and everybody here in Denver, Tom. Boy, let me tell you, that loss to the Raiders really crushed our spirits as a fan base. We feel worse than I look right now. Whoa, TBK music, take my money, you chumps. One of the few GPS streams I'll be able to watch. Better make it a good one, or I swear I'll do nothing about it.
TBK, coming in with a 50 for the kitty.
Wow.
You know, now I'm nervous. Well, TBK, I wore I got this new shirt yesterday, so like I'm wearing this for you. So you've got a lot of Packers shirts. I'm not gonna lie. I do. Some call it a problem. I call it a lifestyle. Anyway, So Perna. You're saying that there's some people that
we are down. We are down on the Broncos. This week was the worst week of the season in terms of the fans' reaction to the team. There's a lot going on right now. The rumor is Fangio has lost the locker room, that the players don't respect the coaches, that everything's in disarray. And it's not just rumors. There's that's coming out from multiple areas. I've got an actual source telling me things are not great.
Look at Mr. Brandon. I have a source, Perna. Okay.
I've got a source.
I got a raging clue.
Yeah. it was a must-win game, and they lost, and now they play the Browns in a must-win game.
Yeah.
I saw Josh Cribbs on Good Morning Football talking about the Browns, and he basically said, this is a good team now, and we feel good about this team because there's stability for the first time since anyone can remember in the franchise. He says, we've got our coach, we've got our quarterback, and prior to this, those two things just kept recycling.
They're in fluctuation.
The coach goes, the QB goes, you try to start over, and I'm like, oh shit, he's describing how the Broncos are existing right now. Yeah. Where it's just coach turnover, QB turnover, coach turnover, QB turnover. And with Case Keenum, former Broncos quarterback, starting against them this week, that is just the cherry on top of the shit cake that we are eating as a fan base right now. And I think there's a chance the Broncos win this. There's some winnable games still for a team that's the Broncos are not a good team, but they always have the potential to be a decent team. So it's not like the Jets right now where you're like, oh God, or the Dolphins. You're just there's no hope right now.
No, dead.
The Broncos can beat the bad teams.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater can play good quarterback. He can play good quarterbacking guy time, some of it.
He could do good things.
Like it's just like potential. There's just so much potential. I feel like just not fully utilized. And there's
so you put that on coaching,
reasons.
Like, right?
There's coaching. There's
on Monday.
It's players executing. Like it's not all coaching, but that's part of it. You know.
So, all right. So let me put it this way:
not good.
If the Broncos lose on Thursday, is that like nail in the coffin?
Season's over.
Shermer should be fired right after during the third quarter. Fangio will pack his things and then be escorted out and be like, "Oh, let me help you to her car," and then he won't be able to get back into the building.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know who George Payton is as a GM yet. You know, it's his first. He hasn't even been with the Broncos for a year. So I don't know if he's the kind of GM who would fire a coach mid-season. You fire Fangio, like, why didn't you move on from that coaching staff right when you came in? I'm not sure that's a good look for George Payton. And I don't honestly know like how much teams benefit from firing coaches mid-season unless you have a guy on your roster that you legitimately think has a shot to be the next head coach, right?
Sure.
Because if Fangio goes, what are you going to do? You can put Shermer as head coach. Maybe Mike Munchak, the offensive line coach, would be my choice to be the head coach. But you still need a better OC. And there's Mike Shula, Don Shula's son, would be the OC that would replace Shermer, hypothetically. Okay. So, I don't foresee those moves happening until the season ends. But that, again, just because I don't know Peyton. I don't know George.
I feel like if you lose that game with all the people that are out, it's basically their whole starting lineup is out.
Yeah.
It's just like, if you can't beat that, if you're talking about a coach who doesn't have the locker room, if they don't go out and perform and beat that team, I don't know how you get that locker room back.
Yeah.
I mean, you already lost to a head coach who's been on the job for a whole week. Not even. And it wasn't good. Like, it wasn't pretty, and it was at home, and it was ugly. You know.
Yeah. Here's where my head's at. I'm basically hoping this HGH test comes back positive, and Miles Garrett is suspended and can't play against the Broncos, because I think he's going to be a real problem for our offensive line. Which this story has been pretty funny. So Miles Garrett goes sleeveless, right? Maybe you guys saw this. He gets randomly drug tested. He goes sleeveless twice, gets randomly drug tested for the second time, goes sleeveless 3 times, 3 random drug tests, and he posted the message he gets from the NFL to have his blood drawn for the HGH test. So he has said,
I love that second message, by the way. It's like they waited an hour and 14 minutes, and they're like, please confirm.
It's 6 a.m. You should be up by now.
Please. What are you doing right now? By the way, Jamie's upset about the Derrick Henry touchdown on Monday. Says Julio is holding Johnson, AJ blocked White in the back. Poyer was tackled by Westbrook in the box.
Nobody cares, Jamie.
The Bills. Let's real quick about Monday night. Hats off to the Titans. Their defense constantly got after Josh Allen. They held them 3 times in the red zone, and that's what you need to do. It's a scrappy team, and it makes them going up against the Chiefs very interesting this week. So,
oh yeah, it's like a must-win game for both teams, kind of.
I'm very curious about how that's going to.
Yeah, it's Derrick Henry's good, and
he's a very good player.
Like maybe there's a little bit of a hold or whatever on that play. I get it. If you're a Bills fan, you're annoyed by it, but that happens.
Okay.
Sometimes, like, I'm tired of holds and all of that shit, like calling good plays back. I would rather see the 76-yard touchdown than watch that. Like, if they want to come, I mean, Isaiah McKenzie's touchdown got called back because of a hold.
Yep.
Was it an egregious hold? Did it maybe affect the play? Yeah. But let's say all things are even, then let both of those plays stand, in my opinion.
Do it.
It's so hard to get a kick return. That should have been taken away.
Correct.
Also, Josh Allen, the Bills lost because Josh Allen lost his footing. So let's blame the Titans' dumb field. How about that? How about their stupid turf?
That's what you blame. Or if you look at national media, they will blame the left tackle for the Titans being out while the Bills were on offense. That's the real story that no one wants to talk about, Perna.
Poor Chris Broussard.
That's just bad. It's bad. And that's why people watch us, Brandon Perna. That's why people watch us. So, yeah, Thursday night game, a lot riding on the line. I actually recorded predictions before this, and then Case Keenum got announced as the starter. And now I got to think about going back and changing some things. But
Tom's got to do more work.
Here's what we'll say, because we can officially announce this, unless you are bedridden tomorrow, which you won't be because you're a champion and you're drinking Benchwarmer brew.
I will not miss it.
Was it Bleacher Report? No, or no, Barstool. That was one.
Barstool Report.
Barstool Report announced that they will be doing a live watch party of the game tomorrow.
They're going to be in Denver.
And we will have right here, right now, that Brandon Perna and I on both our channels will be live streaming tomorrow night. Broncos, Browns.
What do they call that? Appointment viewing?
Yeah. Oh, there's an appointment to be set, baby.
You make the appointment. We grant it.
Who knows?
You can just show up.
Maybe Breck will show up. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a little Breck going on. Who knows? It's
we will be live. TNF.
Oh yeah, we'll be live. So
Thursday night football.
And
our goal is to get better numbers than Barstool. So we need your help like we've never needed.
Show up. And here's what I'll say.
I think it's on the Pardon My Take channel. I'm not 100% sure, but they've done the streams there before. So
we should crush them, is what you're telling me.
We need to crush
Grossi
Big Cat and PFT. That is our goal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, that is true. Adam brings a good point. It's a battle of the bees. Uh-oh.
2 of my bees going at it.
2 of your bees going at it. Only one can pollinate the flower.
They call that the bee sting. Yeah, they call that the bee sting, baby. That's when the Steelers had Ben, Brown, and Bell. They were calling them the killer bees, right?
Yes, they were. And then they had the uniform that was the bees. So
yeah,
it was a whole motif. Yeah, it was. Now let's. Do you want to get into stories? Or you want to get right to the tanking?
Let's do the embrace the tank.
Let's do it. Cue the music.
Da 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 da.
They're tanking everywhere. Embrace the tank. Spear fingers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this was very well thought out as of 9:15 this morning.
5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago. Brandon Perna creating this wonderful graphic here. We figured what we would do is there's
don't know, Sam. No clue, man. No clue if Tim Patrick's a good start.
I can't even lie to you.
Tim Patrick, one of my favorite players. Reliable, but I don't trust the Broncos passing game. Do you?
He has 2 first names though, which is pretty great.
Hell yeah.
Now what we decided to do is pick some of the worst teams in the league right now. We're in week 7, and I feel like while they're not mathematically eliminated, there's teams you could already look at and be like, yeah, they're not even going near the playoffs. There's some teams here that maybe like on the fringe, like they're bad right now, their record's not so good, or they've lost 3 straight. Looking at you, Panthers and Broncos. That maybe, they could pick it back up. They could potentially make it into the playoffs or somewhere in purgatory. So we're here today to sort them. Oh, they didn't add the Eagles. I guess the Eagles could have been in there.
Yeah.
They're not.
You're right. I can add the Eagles.
We can add the Eagles. You know what? That's a good point. We can add the Eagles. They're not going to make the playoffs. So I'm just letting you know. Like they're not. That's a spoiler. I don't think they're going to be a top 5. Well, I mean, they might have. No, they won't have a top 5 pick. They won't. Well, now we're going to do this on the fly. I think you should find like an actual eagle picture, not even the logo.
Oh no,
fine.
I got it. I got it ready to go.
Okay, boom. Look at this man. Look at it. This turning him backwards.
Let me size him all stupid like. There we go.
There you go, stupid eagle.
That's actually, I think, an improvement.
It's not bad.
Logo.
It's not bad. It's just attacking now from this side. All right, let's start off with one of the worst teams. Oh, the Giants are on. Oh, the Giants.
Oh yeah, sorry, I got to add the Giants.
No, it's okay. It's all right, folks. We'll do it live.
Thank you guys for checking our work here.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. Chris, by the way, donating a 25er. Hold on. I gotta scroll up so I can feature it. Saying, love the show. Thanks for saving me from boring work. That's what we're here for, baby. Listen, we're gonna get you right through lunchtime. We're gonna drag you over the finish line, and that's it. We're gonna get you there. Garrett with a 5er saying Eagles could have 3 top 15 first-round picks, and that scares me as a Cowboys fan. Yeah, Eagles. That's what I was gonna say. They could have a top 5 pick because of other teams, but yeah, they could. Broncos are on there. Giants are on there. Chiefs. I don't feel comfortable enough to put the Chiefs on there yet.
No.
I think that they could still get it done. So the Chiefs, you haven't made it there yet. Okay. As the Giants get added, let's talk about Brandon Perna. Who do you think is the absolute worst team on this list? Because I know statistically what team is actually worse than all these other teams.
Ooh.
No, it's not the Giants, as it goes into big bold. It's not. Statistically,
my eyeball tells me it's either the Jets or the Dolphins.
Yeah, let's talk about the Dolphins for a hot second, because while we were doing some search, that's what the cool kids call research, for this segment, the Dolphins, Brandon Perna, what is the stat that you found?
Oh yeah, I found a stat.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. The Dolphins are the only team in the NFL ranked in the bottom 5 of scoring offense and scoring defense.
Yep.
So, in other words, that's bad. That's very, very bad. They can't score on offense, and they give up too many points on defense.
Yep.
They are rushing for a second worst 71.5 yard. No, first worst 71.5 yards per game.
Yep. And
their passing yards 218.5 per game. Yeah. 5th worst in the league right now.
Yeah.
So really, and this is sad, because coming into the season, Dolphins fans had hope.
They were like, we're a wild card team.
I picked Flores to be my coach of the year in my predictions. Like, because he coached up a bad team. It's like, okay, Tua's got some more time coming in. Yep. Then he gets hurt. Their defense was very good last year, like an underrated kind of gritty. You got the power of the Van Ginkel, Xavier Howard. Like, all right, let's see what this team can do. With an off season, they got their QB, and now they're just bad. They're horrible. They're not fun to watch.
They are not like that. So because that prediction was tough because I was like, wow, are the Jaguars really going to beat the Dolphins? But I did exactly what you did. Like I went and looked and I was like, wow, like the Dolphins are below the Jaguars in every single category when it comes to like points scored and also points allowed. And I'm like, that's horrendous. And Tua coming back, first time, like he's coming back from injury. And like here, Tua, I think we mentioned this on Monday, like Tua had a nice like first drive and was able to like move down against the Jaguars. But like right now, like I don't think that they're a good team. Like I have them, they're playing the Falcons this week. I think the Falcons win that game. Like,
ooh, yeah, that's
that's rough. Like when I'm like, yeah, I think the Falcons should win. There's no good sentence about your team that starts with, I think the Falcons should win. Like that. There's nothing that starts there. I don't know. Are there two corners still going to be out this week? It's just, I don't know what is redeeming about the Dolphins right now. And here's the problem, Brandon Perna. They can't even have a top 5 pick because they don't have their first round pick this year. It's going to the Eagles. So the Eagles are looking at this and they're just like, fly, baby, fly, and swim down into the Marina Trench. The Dolphins are bad.
Yeah, so the Eagles get the Dolphins first round pick, but the Dolphins do get the 49ers first round pick.
True.
Because of the trade for the Niners to get Trey Lance. But yeah, they need to embrace the tank, but their own tank is only going to help the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So Dolphins, in my opinion, even though their division is bad.
It's a joke.
The Patriots not great. The Jets arguably worse than the Dolphins.
Poopy.
But they're not gonna even sniff the playoffs unless something drastic changes. So really, they need the 49ers to do really, really bad to even benefit from a horrible season. So the Dolphins are in the worst position of any team on this list.
They're basically the Texans of last year.
Yeah. I mean, Eagles fans, you really need to be Dolphins fans first and foremost for the rest of this season.
I really want to see, like, if the Eagles, like, suck, I really want to see them embrace this. Like, I want them to start, like, Joe Flacco at QB. I just want to see, like, the Dolphins tank. Like, I just want to see it for the chaos. Like, let the Eagles get 3 top 10 picks. Like, just go nuts. Yeah. And they get, like, number 1, they get number 5, and they get, like, number 7. And the Eagles be like, who wants to play? Like, who wants to go? Like, they could get an all-star corner. They could get all-star QB. Like, they could get all these guys. I just want to see the chaos. I want to see it.
Yeah, I think, like, Philadelphia is a team that's just weird.
They are very weird.
They played very... I mean, it was a bad first half, but they came back against Tampa on Thursday night.
Yeah, they came back in the fourth quarter.
They made that a game. They had a chance, kind of got, unfairly treated by a taunting call. If season ended now, Eagles would have 2nd, 7th, and 9th picks.
Potential ammo for an Aaron. Yo, could you imagine?
Con man, do not put Aaron Rodgers in.
Oh my God, yes. All the stuff that Scooter says, like, could you imagine all the smack? And then Aaron Rodgers gets to play him twice a year. Dude, I would do that trade. I would do that trade at the end of the year. If they have the 2, 7, and 9, okay, we don't even want any players. 2, 7, 9, done.
Can you imagine Eagles fans, how much they would love Rodgers if he went up to Dallas and screamed, I own you to Cowboys fans?
They would put him in the Hall of Fame the minute that happened.
They might accidentally murder Aaron Rodgers by trying to love him too hard.
They're going to squeeze him to death like Lenny and a rabbit or a puppy. Yeah, 100%. Chris gave you $25, by the way, saying, praying you don't curse my team.
Oh, Chris. Well, good news. The curse is out of my power now.
It's true.
I got the spin wheel of pain.
Oh, my God.
Here's the thing. I don't think Aaron Rodgers goes to the Eagles for one reason, and one reason alone. Their front office is a shit show. And if he is not happy with the Packers, top level decision makers,
choose.
I don't think Howie Roseman is the guy. Aaron Rodgers, like, yeah, that's where I'm going to go finish my career.
But that's the thing. He doesn't get to choose. Like, there's no trade clause. Like, there's none of that. The Packers could trade Aaron Rodgers to any team they want. So if you're the Green Bay Packers and they're offering you the 2nd, the 7th, and the 9th overall pick, which, by the way, I don't think. Like, do you think the Eagles would actually do that, though? Like, that's a crazy trade.
I think they would offer 2 of the 3. And maybe like a first rounder the year after, right?
Yeah.
Or you can't give away, like, if you're getting Rodgers, the Eagles are a team that has a lot of holes.
Not well, by the way, Weston, just because the NFL is pretty biased against running backs. But
yeah, who is on the Derrick Henry is a God train first?
Brandon Perna.
I know running backs, baby. And that the fact that Derrick Henry takes as many carries as he does and is always healthy is the most impressive thing about that man.
It's insane.
He is made of something that the rest of our human bodies are not constructed.
Vibranium.
With. Yeah. It's like yeah. Is that what Wolverine has in him?
No, vibranium is what Captain America's shield is made out of, and also from Black Panther.
What's Wolverine made out of?
You know, Perna, if you're gonna come in here and you're gonna say
Aranthium,
you're gonna come in here and you're
it's morphine.
It's adamantium, you freaking scrub. Adamantium. You know, Perna, why do we even do this show? Yeah, we might not have like the graphics all set up, but we're doing it right now. But that is unforgivable. Adamantium and vibranium. They're 2 completely different things.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put the Eagles up here in the corner because they're not going to touch the playoffs. Those draft picks don't necessarily put them in purgatory.
No.
They've got a chance to really retool their team. Okay, let's go to the second worst, in my opinion, the Jets.
Oh, the Jets. Top 5 pick.
They tank. My God.
The problem is like we already have 2 teams in top 5, but like look at the Jets schedule. Patriots, Bengals. They're not winning either of those games. Colts, I think they lose. Bills. Then they play the Dolphins, and you're like, maybe there's Dolphins and Texans in back-to-back weeks in November 21st and the 28th. You're like, maybe they could beat them. And then they have another game with the Jaguars. So there's like 3, and then there's another game against the Dolphins. So there's 4 games they technically could win. But like, the Jets are a bad team right now.
Yeah, Nate, we were factoring that in. So the Eagles potentially 3 first rounders. Here are the Jets. Offense, 13.4 points per game, worst in the league. 13.4. That is atrocious in today's NFL, even with the rookie QB.
Yeah.
Now they're a game behind, but 370 rushing yards this season. 74 per game, second worst. 193 passing yards per game, third worst. Perna, I hate you for cursing Panther. Hey, man,
dude. Them and the Raiders, they got the brunt of it, but the Raiders look like they're at least like coming out of the curse a little bit, and they got back at Perna for cursing him.
Well, we'll see where they're at in a week or two with Rich.
Rodgers to the Browns, getting rid of Baker Mayfield. Ooh,
wow.
Oh, just right under the bus. He's like, you got a bum arm. I hate you.
The Browns have a roster that would appeal Rodgers.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're a Super Bowl team. I think they're a Super Bowl team now. They're a Super Bowl. I mean, not without.
Yeah, they're just in a rough patch. They just got to get through this part of the season and hopefully get healthy. Here's the thing, Panthers fans. Last night, Fox Sports tweeted Broncos, Panthers, the only 2 teams in the NFL right now that started 3-0 and then lost 3 straight and were 3-3.
Yep.
I just wanted to say, screw you, Fox Sports. We don't need to see that. We know. And yeah, I cursed the Panthers, but I think as a man with the power of the curse, part of the curse rubs off on my own team every week, the Denver Broncos. So,
oh my God, it's your cursing, but you take some of it as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you think about this, the Broncos and the Panthers are tied together in so many ways. Super Bowl 50 since then.
Yep.
I think it's like 37 wins for the Panthers, 35 wins for the Broncos. Both have not been good. Christian McCaffrey from Colorado for the Panthers, hurt again. We take Teddy Bridgewater off their hands. We're in the exact same position they are. It's like, why did we even move all these pieces around? I don't know.
Cam Newton, by the way, maybe to the Seahawks. And by the way, we got over 2,000 people in here, folks. Appreciate you.
For a
Wednesday? For a Wednesday. For a Wednesday. Perna cursed the Panthers, and then we failed the saving throw to remove it. Screw you, Perna.
Thank you.
All right, roll for saving throw. Nope, you're dead now. You're dead. All right, so let's speaking of the Seahawks, they're not a top 5 pick for me. I don't think they're top 5. Russell Wilson being out is rough. It depends on when Wilson comes back, because the guy is on IR, and yet he's still doing like drills by himself. Yeah. I really think that he'd be the guy who like comes out with like duct tape on his fingers. He's like, "What's up, guys? Let's go. Like, let's just do it."
My takeaway from that was that Russell Wilson is just a weird guy. Like, and not the I'm trying to be weird guy, kind of like me. Like, hey guys, look how unique I am. Like, that was my joke. Russell Wilson's just the kind of guy that will probably make the people around him a little bit uncomfortable because he doesn't know how to act around other people. And he just loves football so much. Like, watching him do those drills with the sound, like he was calling out plays and talking to himself a little bit, and he wasn't doing it for the cameras.
No.
And honestly, like, I'm on the fence about whether I like Russell Wilson or not. This made me like him more. This put me I'm in the Russell Wilson camp.
I hate the Seahawks with a burning passion. I like Russell. He does like so much. Like, he visits so many kids in like the hospital and stuff like that. Like,
he's a good guy for sure.
So much good. And I feel like, you ever see the movie I Love You, Man?
Oh yeah.
He's also Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The guy who's spotty. He's like, "Give me everything you got. Give me everything you got." I feel like that's Russell Wilson on a daily basis.
Yeah, I just made Jess watch that movie like a couple months ago.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. I put the Seahawks in purgatory because I feel like we have to see when Russell Wilson comes back. I don't see them winning a ton of games with Geno Smith.
Yeah, the Seahawks, I think they can sniff the playoffs based on the Wilson timing. I don't know their schedule, but it's kind of purgatory because if they might barely miss the playoffs, which, middle of the road draft pick. Do the Seahawks even have a first rounder next year? Like, did they already trade that away for something stupid? I think they have it. I think they have it. So maybe we see the Seahawks actually get to draft not at the end of the first round where they pick the wrong player anyway.
I'm trying to see real quick. Hold on.
Tom Grossi is efforting on the Seahawks draft picks.
Hold on. Seahawks. They traded their first round in 2022 along with their 2021 first and third to the New York Jets because they got Jamal Adams.
So their 2022 is for Adams as well?
Because they did 2021, 2022.
Oh, you idiots. No wonder Russell Wilson wants out of there. Yeah, we're going to move him. They're in purgatory. They can't even play bad and get a good pick, you idiots. What a stupid
Jamal Adams is not that's it. Jonathan, if I hate the Seahawks, that don't do it to certain NFC championship and the Hail Mary. It's both. It's both. Never forget
I hate him for Super Bowl 48. So I hate him because John Elway took Brock Osweiler instead of Russell Wilson. If Elway drafts Russell Wilson instead of Brock Osweiler, two things happen.
Dynasty.
2013, the Broncos win the Super Bowl. Okay, I don't care who they play. There's only one defense on earth that could stop that offense. Just happened to be the Seahawks. The Seahawks don't even get to the Super Bowl that year because they don't have Russell Wilson. They're probably playing Matt Flynn or some shit. And here's the thing. When Peyton Manning gets hurt in 2015, Russell Wilson takes over the team then. Manning doesn't come back because Wilson's so good, but Peyton Manning gets 2 Super Bowl rings with the Broncos. Russell Wilson leads them to the Super Bowl 50 victory anyway. And I'm talking about 2 Super Bowl wins in the 20-aughts instead of just one.
I think you're being a little too harsh, buddy, because let's look right now. Russell Wilson not playing. Brock Osweiler not playing. Basically a wash. Basically, what are they putting up in week 7? Nada.
Russell Wilson would have never hurt his finger as a Bronco. I'll tell you that.
All right, let's go an easy team. The Lions. Remember that one time when you're like, they're a sleeper team?
Yep.
Remember that one time?
They're still sleeping, Tom.
They just haven't woken up yet. Can you make the Lions ride the Dolphin? Because I feel like it would. It just. There you go. That looks like sex things, but
he's just riding him in the ocean, and those are the natural movements.
See, you made it sexual. I just wanted it because I wanted a free willy, like being pushed, and it's just like but it's all right. Now I made it sexual for no reason. Now it's gotten sexual. All right. Yeah. Lions. Again, I think they have the coach. I think that their O-line is decimated. Frank Ragnow, their amazing center, is out. Yeah. They're just a beat up team. And Jared Goff, even Dan Campbell is like, dude, I'm tired of your crap. And it's been like 5 minutes. So yeah. Lions, are not good.
James, earliest Wilson can come back is week 10 against Green Bay. And that's early because there's like 8 games after that. That's like half the season.
Yeah. By the way, if Russell Wilson does come back, I do hope he throws 5 interceptions. Yeah. Do you think both New Jersey teams have top 5 picks? I think considering how bad the Giants are and how injured they are, I think that's a very strong possibility.
Yeah. These are your like the real contenders right now. Well, let's just put the Jags over there as well. These are the contenders for the top 5 picks. I think they will have the Falcons could sneak in there, but the Texans, dang.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is actually where it gets difficult. Like the Falcons, we have more than 5 teams over there now. It's like, wow, they all suck so much. Like, I think the only other teams you have over here, I mean, Washington is bad too. Like their offense and defense are bad. But I think, oh God, like
what? Washington is giving up the most points per game.
Yeah.
31. They were supposed to have a top 5 defense. That is embarrassing.
Correct.
But they're ahead of the Falcons, 29.6, the Dolphins, 29.5, the Giants. Then you got the Chiefs in there for some dumb reason. The Lions, the Jags, the Texans. Those are your worst teams in points allowed.
Now, Brandon Perna, I want to give you a scenario, and I want to get your take on it.
All right.
Okay. Listen to the Atlanta Falcons' remaining schedule. Right, the Atlanta Falcons are a bad football team. Right, we both agree. We know that they're bad.
Well, they're bad, but they always have a little bit of potential to beat a team based on Matt Ryan and some weapons on offense.
Their defense pops up for 3 games, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's a top 10 defense," and then they blow it. But they're at the bottom of the division. Here's their remaining schedule. You ready for this? Dolphins, very winnable.
Yep.
Panthers, without Christian McCaffrey, I think they can win. Saints, maybe they lose, right? Cowboys, they're going to probably lose. Patriots, they probably lose. But Jaguars, then they lose the Bucks again. Panthers again. 49ers, which go either way. Lions, then they lose to the Bills, and then they have the Saints again. Maybe. They're definitely not a top 5 pick. But, like, who knows? Maybe on how the NFC shakes out. Maybe the Falcons,
they're squarely in purgatory, Tom.
Like they might get like a 9-8 record. They could.
It's a weird division too. I thought the Panthers were going to be a team that, maybe gave the Bucks a little bit of trouble, maybe split the games with them. It's not looking like that. Maybe the Panthers defense returns to being dominant. I don't know. So I'm going to put the Panthers next to the Falcons there. The Panthers do have the luxury of knowing they should get Christian McCaffrey back at some point. DJ Moore still a stud. Yep. Big question mark about Sam Darnold's efficiency. If you're the Panthers and you get close to the red zone, start running the ball with Sam Darnold, the most lethal rushing touchdown threat through the first few weeks.
Yeah.
It's just disappeared since then. Just disappeared. But yeah, I like this purgatory for the Panthers, the Falcons, the Colts.
I messed up because when I made that bet with Scooter, I didn't look at their schedule. Remaining on their schedule, they have the Titans, who could be a problem, the Bills, the Buccaneers, the Cardinals, the Patriots, and even the Raiders you could throw up there.
What's the bet again?
That the Falcons have a better record than the Colts at the end of the year. And I picked the Colts. So I may have done a big whoopsie.
Here's the thing. I think the Colts are starting to figure out their team, their identity.
I hope
Wentz
so.
is grasping how to play in that offense. They have a winnable division right now.
That's honestly how they could do it. They could literally sneak into the playoffs by winning the division.
Yeah,
I would put them there. I think that's very. Falcons. I feel like a little further. Yeah, a little further away from the playoff circle.
The Colts. I mean, they've got to be able to beat the Titans.
Yep.
And the Titans just got a huge win against the Bills. But let's remember, and the Titans defense, I thought, overperformed in that game.
Oh yeah.
And they still gave up 30 plus points.
Correct.
And I thought their defense, and the Titans are now riddled with injuries. So I don't think the Titans are safe. And when we're talking about teams giving up a lot of points, Tennessee, I think 9th or 10th at 26.8.
Yeah.
So they can lose. And Carson Wentz not turning the ball over. He's turning the ball over right now. So I don't think the Colts are good yet, but they have the potential to right the ship. The Bears, I think, can also possibly sneak into the playoffs, Tom, if their offense starts scoring points. They're 3-3. They're
Brandon
in the same
Perna.
boat as the Broncos.
Brandon
and the Panthers.
Perna. You came out with this blasphemy, this filth that came out of your mouth, and I quote, "The Bears are a good team." You said that last week, and Aaron Rodgers heard you. He heard you, and he's like, "Oh man, who's this Brandon Perna character? Oh, maybe if I go to the Denver Broncos." And then you called the Bears a good team. So not only is your team failing the audition for Aaron Rodgers, but now you're embracing their mortal enemy. Well, not really full mortal because they own him.
You got to lose to these teams to be an enemy, and Rodgers don't lose.
Sure, he's only lost 5 times to them. It's great. Their defense will keep them in games if Justin Fields is able to evolve a little bit more. I mean, they could like sneak in at the 7th spot.
They have the most room for growth on offense.
Yeah,
because their defense is but they're 117.2 passing yards per game, by far the worst in the NFL. They're the only team in the NFL with a bottom 10 scoring offense with a 500 record.
Bottom 10, you hear that? You hear it? Say something nice. Your defensive line is good. Apparently, though, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Quinn coming down with COVID after he was talking smack in the face of my freaking fracking Aaron Rodgers. That's chemical warfare, okay? You come in here and you try to freaking get him sick.
Chemical warfare.
That's chemical warfare. Geneva Convention says no, okay? Okay. Yeah, Colin's pulling for
All right. Bears, it's just the tip of a playoff chance. The Broncos.
Your logo's a toilet bowl.
Yeah, that's the toilet seat. Looks like a toilet seat.
Yep.
Broncos solidly in purgatory.
Same with the Patriots too. The Patriots will be like competitive, but
I put the Patriots in my power bottom 3 of worst teams in the league.
In the bottom 3?
I jumped them over the Dolphins. You're welcome, Miami. Because I'm like, this is the time to take a little shot at the Patriots. So I still own you. Purchase available, tomgrossi.com.
That's not where you go get it. Someone else owns Tom Grossi owns tomgrossi.com, and I'm not that Tom Grossi.
Purchase available, tomgrossi.org.
.gov.
I said this before the season. When the Broncos acquired Teddy Bridgewater, I said, this does nothing to help the future of your team because Teddy is good enough to win you too many games to put you in position to draft a future franchise QB.
But you got some nice shirts out of it.
Yeah. Teddy throws a belt.
Teddy throws a belt.
They are not selling like hotcakes anymore.
They are now cold cakes.
So basically we're saying Jags don't have it. Like the Texans are really bad. Oops. None of these teams really have a chance for the playoffs except maybe the Colts, maybe the Falcons or Panthers, and in a miracle, the Bears. I mean, the Bears snuck in with Trubisky last year. That's what's crazy about the extra playoff spot. One of these teams that looks bad now is going to get hot at the right time. There's so many division games in December too. Like, you can be a game or two back, but you can make it up quickly. You don't know which teams will be healthy come December. So
big, Kenneth, big.
We'll do this again. I'd say December, but Here's a question: do the Lions have a chance to get a win?
Yes, I say the Lions win. I say Lions. That's, by the way, the Bears schedule: Bucks, Ravens, Cardinals. Oh, they also play the Packers again too. But oh, and by the way, Quinn says we as a Bears fan. Quinn knows.
Quinn knows best.
But I will say that name is phenomenal.
Unsolicited Ditka picks, nice.
And it's Mike Ditka. Oh,
yeah, my shirts may have cursed the Broncos. I might have to burn my Teddy shirt. Good luck on your channel, man.
Let's get it. Now, Brandon Perna,
but hard.
We have the most anticipated segment of the week. We're comparing our power rankings.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. This tank thing was fun.
Patriots could sneak in, honestly. I think they could. They just have to they're playing. They played the Bucks and the Cowboys real tough. So Lions beat the Broncos.
Let me believe the Patriots are horrible for 1 week.
I got you,
guys.
All right,
I've been waiting a long time.
Brandon, I feel like we've gone tit for tat. We've been going after each other all week of I have good graphics, you have bad graphics, I have bad graphics, you have good graphics. We can go back and forth.
Yeah.
So thankfully, Johnny Rockford, the legend who does the graphics, he whipped something up and he made it look really, really nice for you. So I have a nice graphic this week. You have a nice graphic.
Thank you, Johnny Rockford.
So let me just put this up here.
Oh, you son of a gun!
So as you can see, it's really nicely done.
Wow.
And folks, if you have a magnifying glass at home, you can see it's done. But you see your logos in there. You got your nice shirt. I think that's a merch of yours, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Are you saying you don't like that?
It's all right.
All right, because we have
small
a backup.
like me. Okay.
We have a backup in case if you didn't like that and you were just like, you know what, I miss tradition, I miss going back.
Let me tell you what I think of this one.
What?
Blow my nose with it. I blow my nose.
It's the Brendan Perma Power Rankings. The Cradaniels are still there. You have Dal Ass up there. You have Lamar Jackson. You have the Bucks. The real number one, St. Louis.
What? Brandon Perma.
Yeah, it's Brandon Perma.
How many super chats do I need to get an actual perm and become Brandon Perma?
Oh, buddy, did you really just give us a clickbait punishment?
Ooh,
buddy, you walked right in. You walked into that and you walked into it hard. That was.
I'd look all right with the perm.
That was. Now, here's the thing. We actually have a real one.
Look at that.
There you go. And I will say, ours are they're pretty similar this week. We got the same number 10s, right? We got the same number 10s, the same number 9s, and the same number 8s. Look at that. And again, we do not communicate whatsoever on these power rankings at all.
Tom and I, as soon as this show's over, we do not talk to each other because we're not friends.
No.
It's like a sitcom where you think everybody's friends. Not us.
They're not. No. You think Drake and Josh are friends? No. Because Drake's in prison. I think that's actually true. I'm pretty sure he went to jail. But anyway, so we got a complete agreement on the 10, 9, and 8 spots here. Here's our big difference in which the Bills, you dropped down to 7, and I still had him at 3. Brandon Perna.
I call that tough love.
Brendan Perma. Can you give me your thought process on this?
Yeah, they lost. They lost to the Titans in prime time. And don't get me wrong, the Bills played a good game. I think 9 out of 10 times in that exact situation, needing Josh Allen to lead you to a win, they get it.
Yep.
I think the refs should have taken a look at the spot they gave Josh Allen on that leaping play right before the final play.
Yeah.
They did have a touchdown called back. Bills are still a very good team, but you got to win those games. Oh, yeah. Better be $1,000 worth of clickbait.
It's gonna no one else is gonna donate. It's gonna be like $5. You're just gonna lose off of that. Like the
and here's the other
expensive
reason too. It's because the Bills have performed flawlessly against the bad teams.
Yes.
And they beat the Chiefs.
Yep.
But a loss to the Steelers, a loss to the Titans. And Derrick Henry's unstoppable. But up until that game, the Bills were very good against the run. I think if they would have limited Henry just a little bit more, I would have kept him higher up.
Which they didn't.
And again, it's tough love, you know?
Okay.
I didn't know where the randomized curse would be, so I put him in lucky number 7.
So they survived, is what you're saying.
So
you actually did a favor.
Curse, which was close because it went to 8, but
and now they have the motivation to do better. So
yes,
that's valid. 6. All right, so we got some similarities.
Yeah,
here.
let's talk about the Rams because I feel like I got a lot of grief for dropping the Rams to 6.
Oh, I have them at 7. Yeah.
No, Rams fans came out of the woodworks to be like, "Yo,
did they really?
Yo, we beat the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
we beat them a while ago."
And like, here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say: is that the Rams right now they have a schedule of they just beat the ever living crap out of the beat up Jersey Giants. They're playing the Lions this week that they're probably going to blow that team out of the water. Yeah. And the Rams are a very good football team.
But they have
just the competition that they faced. They beat the Bucs, which was great. But, when they played a good team like the Cardinals, they kind of got their asses kicked. So, I think they're a top 10 team. I think they're a playoff team. It's just right now, I think there's teams that are better.
Their defense needs to get better.
Yeah.
If that defense starts suffocating opponents, if Aaron Donald gets back on the you can't stop me no matter how hard you try sort of dominant pace, then we'll move them up. And they lose. Was Darius Williams? How long is he hurt for? Their corner.
I don't know.
Darius Williams.
By the way, the fact that Derrick Henry has 783 yards already and we're only through 6 games is absolutely incredible. That's wild.
What's the stat?
He has 783 yards, Derrick Henry. That's
insane. Here we go.
Insane.
Two running backs were on better paces than that. One being Jim Brown.
Jim Brown.
People forget how good Jim Brown was because 1958.
Yeah.
He was doing this in 928 rushing yards, 14 rushing touchdowns through 6 games for Jim Brown. The other guy, Terrell Davis, had 865 yards, 60 yards through 6 games in 1998. So I was tweeting that Derrick Henry's 4-year stretch reminded me of how dominant Terrell Davis was. Some people brought up LaDainian Tomlinson. Also, I think fair to throw him in that conversation.
Lamar Jackson, great running back.
Emmitt Smith, but that was before Terrell Davis, but he had a 5-year stretch. LT had a 6-year crazy stretch. But yeah, Derrick Henry. And because the difference with Henry right now too is teams throw the ball so much more.
I was just about to say, it's a passing league, and he's still that dominant.
Yeah, he's getting more carries than anybody. It's crazy.
Which, by the way, Cooper Kupp, who's having speaking of the Rams, Cooper Kupp, who's having an incredible season. You know who has more yards than Cooper Kupp?
I do. Devontae Adams.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
You like that?
Just wanted to put that little gem there. So yeah, that's why the Rams are down there. Packers, similar spots, 5 and 6.
Yep.
I put the Packers higher, so they're actually lower in my power rankings. The only reason they're lower is just because they're decimated with injuries. They're still winning. I like it. It's gutsy, and I love it. But it's just because...
Ding, 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 ding. Yesterday, my power rankings, I said, and of course, I have them here at 5 because Tom Grossi reminds me 3 days a week that the Packers are decimated with injuries right now.
Well, because
and they're still winning, and it's true.
Last week they were decimated with injuries. This week we got new injuries. Brandon Perna, Josh Myers got hurt again. Yeah. Darnell Savage got hurt. Preston Smith got hurt. So we got all the injuries, baby.
Yeah, Broncos are in the same boat at this point. They lose Alexander Johnson for the season. So both of their starting inside linebackers done for the season with the same injury, torn pecs.
What they get from having pecs that are so masculine,
torn, ripped.
All right, now here is
get ripped.
Here's a big difference.
Woo!
The Dallas Cowboys, you have at number 2, and I have at number 5, buddy. You think the Cowboys are the second best team in the league right now?
This week they are, yeah.
I think
they played, but look, the Patriots played both the Cowboys and the Buccaneers close.
Yep.
But how many points did the Cowboys put up against that Pats defense? That
Tom
Brady could only
400 yards. Oh yeah. I think they're good. Don't get me wrong, and their schedule's a joke, so they're going to coast into the playoffs. Like they're going to destroy. Like you literally could call that division right now. You could have called it 2 weeks ago. Number 2, though, I don't.
Cowboys are good, man. They got an offense that can hang with any other offense in the league. They will get Michael Gallup back at some point. CeeDee Lamb is becoming a real issue. Dalton Schultz, maybe the most underrated tight end threat in the league.
He's this year's Robert Tonyan.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, people are really clamoring for that Trayvon Diggs Defensive Player of the Year award. He's
not even the best corner. He's not even the best corner. But regardless. All right, so you have him all the way at number 2. I got him down at 5 because I just think that, again, I think they do have a soft schedule. I think they're a very good team. I think their offense is really good.
Collins back soon.
And their defense is playing a lot better.
So, and they're going to get DeMarcus Lawrence back at some point.
I'm just saying.
They're going to get better, is my point. They've got 3 key guys they're going to get back at some point. Dak's calf injury, let's monitor that over the bye week.
Let's look at that calf. Yeah, they hit a bye week at a good time. They did. I really hope, God, and it hurts. I hope the Vikings beat them on Sunday Night Football.
Oh, that's a good game because the Vikings, in my opinion, sneaky good.
We've
been saying it for weeks here, but they're starting to get the wins to back it up.
Exactly. And they just give their fans a heart attack every week.
Yeah.
Number 4, we both got the Bucks.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that.
Nice.
And then I have, you know what? Respect, Perna. I went on a whole rant because it seems that a lot of other power rankings, like the Ravens, are still like not in the top 5. No, they're in my top 3.
They just spanked the Chargers.
Because, and the reason I said it, and I went on this whole big rant, was because I basically said, look at the way they've won football games, right? With a Justin Tucker last-second field goal. Yes, it was against the Lions, but last second, at least the Lions were a little healthier back then. They've won with Lamar Jackson purely just using his feet and literally winning that way, like against the Chiefs. They've won completely with him using his arm like they did against the Colts with a comeback win. And this one was a defensive performance in which they shut down the Chargers. And to me, even with all those injuries, if I'm giving the Packers all this credit, they are still winning and destroying a quality team like the Chargers. Yeah, that's a good football team.
Yeah, they lose. So Ronnie Stanley came back for a game. He's back, done for the season. So they're starting all-pro left tackle, gone. Derek Wolfe hasn't played for him yet this year. They lost linebacker LJ Fort before the season started. They lost their corner, Marcus Peters. And we all know about the running backs. And last week, Devontae Freeman, Le'Veon Bell, and Latavius Murray all scored touchdowns. All former 1,000-yard backs, all like 30 years old.
Yep.
Like they're doing it in weird ways, which I also like. They're the Russell Wilson of football teams right now. Okay, they're just weird on how they can beat you. Lamar Jackson's so good. The dude is just a gamer. Like that guy just shows up. He puts the team on his back and he makes things happen. I think their defense is getting like a little bit better every week.
Sure.
And you have to credit that based on what they did against the Chargers. They held the Chargers to 6 points Was it 6? What was the final score there?
6. It was 6 points. Yeah, because they missed the extra point. It was 6. They shut them out for the first, the third, and the fourth quarter.
That the Chargers have one of the best offenses in the NFL.
Correct.
And the Ravens smothered the run game, and they made Justin Herbert ineffective. Like
9 yards, right? It was single digit. It was a 9 or 7 for Eckler because Herbert was the leading rusher at 12.
Yeah.
It was
it's like, here, if you... We think the Buffalo Bills are a Super Bowl contender because of their defense, right?
Yep.
Well, the Ravens, it's the same thing. Their defense is starting to play very good football. They're a dangerous team. And like the Bills, they can beat you a lot of different ways on offense. Like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, in my opinion, are similar quarterbacks because they're a real threat to beat you with their legs.
Correct.
Josh Allen, worse passer than Lamar Jackson for a while. He has turned into...
I was like, right now? I was like, ooh.
No, right now he's well, they're close.
They're close. I think they're close because I think Lamar Jackson shut a lot of people up in that Colts game.
Yeah.
And he was just like, look at how good I can be.
Yeah. And like the difference between the Bills and the Ravens is you don't trust the Bills rushing game as much as you do the Ravens right now. And that's kind of a big deal. But Bills defense playing better this season. Ravens defense figuring it out as they always do. So yeah, they're very dangerous teams, both of them.
Here's what I'm going to say, Brandon Perna. You took off points for the Buccaneers last week because you said the teams that they are faced, they're not going to be really battle tested when it comes to the playoffs, and that could bite them. Sure. That's how I feel about the Dallas Cowboys. That they are going to roll over some of these teams. They're going to get a really, really good record, and they're going to walk themselves in the playoffs. They might even walk themselves into a number 1 seed in the NFC. But I mean, I'm curious to see how they perform against a team like the Cardinals.
You want that because then the Packers can go into Dallas and get that easy win.
2 home games in a row. I'm all about it.
Man, that's a great storyline. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers going to Dallas in the playoffs to fight Mike McCarthy in that high-flying offense.
If we can make this a revenge tour, I'm all about it. Like, if we could beat the Buccaneers in the playoffs, if we could beat the Cowboys in the playoffs, that's not revenge just because I want to see it. Like, even if the Seahawks limp their way there, like, I'll beat them again in the playoffs. Like, that's fine with me.
And then you guys lose in the NFC Championship game to the Cardinals.
Okay, no, we didn't talk about that.
An NFC West team beating you in the championship game? I just wrote it. I just wrote the script.
They've beaten us in the wild card round. The Cardinals, they've beaten us in the divisional round. So the next step would be championship.
Wow. Man,
Speaking of our number ones, we have the same number ones. We have the Cardinals this week.
The Cards. They're doing it. And we put the Bengals at 9. Shout out Bengals.
Yeah.
You got probably the most electric rookie to watch right now in Jamar Chase. Joe Burrow's throwing multiple touchdowns every single week. And your defense coming together, playing a decent enough football to keep you in the games. I don't know who the Bengals have really, beaten. They play the Ravens this week, so that's
gonna be a really fun game. I'm really looking forward to that game.
That is a huge win if the Bengals can manage it, but I don't foresee that happening, Cincy. So enjoy that number 9 spot.
Well, I think it was a great show.
We did another amazing show. Probably going to win a sports Emmy for this episode alone.
Let's get it, baby.
Nominate us.
Usually we would say we see you on Friday for GPS, but we will, and that is true. But you're gonna get a double dose of Perna and Grossi tomorrow because we're gonna be on the Clickbait Sports, and then we are gonna be streaming together the Broncos versus the Browns on both our channels. We're gonna kick Barstool's ass.
We're going to beat the Stoolies.
That's it. So, folks, we will see you tomorrow. We appreciate you. Over 2,000 people, over 2,200, I think, tuning in to a Wednesday edition of GPS. We'll see you real soon. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. It's the wrong way, Perna. It's the opposite of whatever way you think. Yep, there you go. I mean, now you can't really see. It's all right. Well, high five. Ready? 1, 2, It looked okay. You've been navigated.